Hello, Summoners. Welcome back. We are into game number 3 for tonight's matchup. My name is Chris, and I'm joined by Darren here tonight. And we are going straight into Champion Select as we have Saigon Fantastic 5 going out against Ucan, Hong Kong Attitude.
Ucan. Definitely a motivational poster there. But I just want to add something. Sorry to cut you guys off. I know you guys were enjoying that wonderful video coming in from Riot Games. But the match has started, and this comes in priority, so we have to go into Champ Select. But on the bright side, you get to see what the bans and picks are for our bans. For the side of SF5, we do see very standard bans coming out, Shen, Lee Sin, and Zed. As for HKA, we do see Vi, Renekton, and Blitzcrank. Vi, a very surprising ban. I want to talk about that a little bit.
Right, so because of the fact, I think it primarily just revolves around HKA's playstyle, which is they like to kind of move around the map quite a bit. But in the sense, you will be kind of vulnerable to pick compositions. And Vi is one of the strongest elements to any pick composition. So taking that away from SF5 just kind of negates in that sense. But at the same time, SF5, they have locked in the Elise and Thresh pick. So these two champions as well create, openings in terms of, picking someone off right off the bat.
Yeah, we can see SF5, as you were saying, going for the pick com right off the bat. Elise, Cocoons, and Thresholds are excellent catch setups.
Right, and having that Caitlyn pick as well, because Caitlyn, in any sense, has the greatest amount of damage to single targets with the ace in the hole as well.
Yeah, that's true. If you can land the ace in the hole without passing through anything, it will deal a ton of damage. And, oh, sorry about that. Once again, we have a technical issue coming down, this time for the side of Saigon Fantastic 5. It should get rectified very, very quickly.
Right, and let's take a look at both teams in the sense. It's the first time, once again, between these two teams when they face off against each other. It's Saigon Fantastic 5 and Ucan, HKA, Hong Kong Attitude.
I think, can we remove the Ucan, please?
I don't know, it makes it special, Ucan.
All right, just for you, I'll keep it in.
Cool, man.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Perhaps I'll keep it in.
Yes.
And we are talking about Saigon Fantastic 5 and Ucan. Let's first talk about the standings between both these teams. Currently, HKA is sitting at the top of their group B, with an undefeated streak.
That's right. And, what better way to come back into place with, defeating the undefeated leader in your group so far.
Yeah, talk about the previous game where the undefeated got defeated.
That's right. So last game, in game number 2, we do see HQ Esports Club overcoming the colossal titans in Group A, which is Taipei Assassins, and securing the kill. Securing the victory over them.
They secured a lot of kills there.
Yeah, they did secure a lot of kills. I have no idea why, but I keep mixing this up. And this time around, something to take note about this match. SF5, they are actually having a penalty for what happened a few weeks ago because they left the game prematurely. So in a sense, in Garena Premier League is not really sportsmanlike. So in that sense, they have been imposed with a penalty, which means that they only have one ban against Hong Kong Attitude here today.
Yeah, but not making SF5 look bad, I'm pretty sure it's because one of the members have a valid reason as to why they did that. And yeah, this kind of unforeseen circumstances is very, very hard to control. And HKA here gonna go out, I think probably some technical issues, not too sure what's going on, but they should get it fixed very, very quickly.
Right, we do have some, quite a few technical difficulties.
Yeah, we keep shifting servers, so that might be one of the problems.
That's right, and we are playing this match on the tournament realm. And, tournament realm means that it's gonna be played on patch 3.11, like we mentioned in the previous game. And, playing on 3.11 means that a lot of those changes coming in is not gonna be in place.
Yeah.
Like for one is the Trinity Force nerf.
And the Corgi nerfs.
Yeah, and as well as the changes for Olaf as well. So, I mean, with all these considerations into place, then, they have to kind of revert their thinking to 2 patches ago, what was effective, what worked, what didn't, and...
3.11 doesn't have Jinx, right?
I'm not too sure. I can't remember that. Yeah. The thing is that everything moves so fast in League of Legends.
It's too fast.
Yeah,
too fast for me. It's like the technological world. Nobody can keep up.
It's all too crazy, man. And this time around, we are back into the lobby once more. Hopefully, there's no more disconnection. Yeah, no more hiccups, no more disconnection issues, and we will go into the game shortly. So once again, SF5 going up against HKA. What's the consideration when you are going up against a new team, but not only a new team, but someone of such amazing standards, given the sense they have been undefeated in the group
A
stage.
new team with ridiculous caliber.
Yeah, that's right. I
Yeah.
mean, HKA, coming in to the tournament, a new player in the field, but proving their worth in Group B.
Definitely, HKA is the titans of this group.
Yep.
And even defeating veterans SGS.
Yeah, defeating Singapore Sentinels,
Taipei
Snipers as well.
yeah.
So all these big names in the Southeast Asian scenes, they have managed to, just take them apart.
Yeah, and I like their icon. It looks so.
Yeah, it looks like
It looks very noobish,
Yeah, it looks
to say the least.
I don't know, man. It looks like it has a lot of swag. I want to call it that way.
It looks like it took 5 minutes to make.
The dragon with the sunglasses.
Yeah, it's like, I'm just gonna put the dragon, sunglasses, and HKA just as the word. But despite having a noob icon to represent them, they are very, very good in the skill department.
Right, so I mean, new players on the field, undefeated so far, looking to extend their lead in the victory department. So this time, SF5, they only have one precious band, so what will they spend it on?
Interesting to see. Zed.
It's going to be Zed.
And
And good choice as well.
One of the downside of letting SF5 only have one ban is it will be a very, very long ban phase. It, surprisingly, is instantaneous.
Okay.
How does that work?
I don't know.
I thought you actually
it's
had to wait.
magic, man.
Yeah,
it's magic. So, okay, something to take note of for the Saigon Fantastic 5. The last time that they had this penalty for them, because it was a 5, it is a 5-ban penalty. So in that last game where they faced up against the Taipei Snipers, they had absolutely 0 bans. So in that sense, they went for a really cheese strategy when they had a Twisted Fate, Blitzcrank, and a couple of other champions as well, just march down into one lane to try to pull off that 10-minute victory. So I guess
Did they
on
pull
the
it
side,
off?
yeah.
Did they pull it off? That
No,
is
they
the
didn't pull it
question.
off.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So, but I guess on the side of Ucan HK, they kind of saw what happened. So that kind of just justifies why they decided to ban out the Blitzcrank.
Yeah,
because,
anti-cheese, man.
yeah, so you don't want to give them that option to go cheese. Go cheese, man.
That's a weird term to use. But yeah, go cheese indeed. And we do see, we've been talking about cheese, we missed out on all the picks. Yeah, and talking about the picks, we do see SF5 locking in 4, possibly gonna be 5 very soon, as the timer slowly ticks down. It's currently at 30 seconds, but the currently confirmed picks for SF5 would be Elise, Thrash, Caitlyn, Zach, and Gragas is still being hovered upon, a very, very popular champion.
There we go.
Yeah, there
It
you
is
go.
Gragas. So I like the strategy for SF5 here. I guess the mentality for them is to make full use of their that pseudo catch, pseudo AOE team composition, because you have Zach and you have Gragas. These two champions excellent at displacing people.
Yep.
You go with the explosive cast, separate everyone, and maybe perhaps catch someone off with the death sentence. And
or Cocoon, they have
and the
two.
Cocoon as well.
Yeah.
So and then let TQ follow up with that single target. All important damage to finish the person off. And having Zac as well is also important. It completes the package. You have that frontliner, you have someone to lock people down into place with the slingshot and the Let's Bounce as well. And not to mention, Let's Bounce actually gives a slight knockback.
That is very true. So if
That's
you can
right.
double knockback,
Double knockback, double the success.
double the success indeed. I like the way you say it.
Yeah, and so Ucan HKA going for, I guess.
It seems like Ucan is betraying themselves.
Why?
They're giving motivation to the opponents. If you can beat us, you can beat us.
Well, I guess you have to look at the support player's name. His name is Ucan, perhaps. So, it just brings in new ideas, kind of
it's
playing around with their heads.
mind freak.
You think you can? Perhaps.
Perhaps it's always a
Terms and
question
conditions.
mark somewhere.
Yeah, terms and conditions applied.
Yeah, everyone hates TNC. Perhaps it's the TNC that for HKA here in this case.
Right, so we are hopefully going into the game real soon, and we haven't been talking about HKA's team composition in the sense they have very special picks. They have that Javan pick, they have that Shyvana pickup as well. So
I almost called them Hong Kong assassins.
Hong Kong assassins, Hong Kong attitude, man. And the interesting relations between the assassins and HKA is that former player of Taipei Assassins Toys and Stanley as well, they are coaching in HKA. So yeah, so perhaps this is the reason why they are
so strong.
Predominant, yeah, they are the predominant strong force in Group B right now. You know, they do have excellent mentors, Season 2 world champions, man.
Yeah,
you cannot doubt the abilities of the champions.
Yeah, if they are bosses, if they are the winners of the previous season, well, definitely their words is gonna hit hard into the players. Especially, I think most of the players in HK probably idolize both Toys and Little Balls. Stanley.
Stanley, yeah. And another exciting news about Toys as well is he previously left the pro scene because he had
some wrist problem.
Yeah, some wrist injury. But he has announced on his Facebook page that he would be coming back in 2014. So do look out for that. I'm personally quite excited for that.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see Toys against Faker someday.
That would be nice to watch. So right now, back into this game, Ucan HKA going up against SF5. So this time around, it's gonna be SF5 looking to secure a victory over.
Secure a victory over the paw screen. At least burn a flasher.
Yeah, at least burn a flash or something. Because the thing is, if you devote your time and efforts into ganking a lane, but it doesn't work out, that means effectively you have wasted your time there. Whereas you can be doing something else, like even farming your own jungle, getting a few more experience. Yeah, getting that level advantage, getting some gold as well. So. And
for all you players out there, newsflash there, the ganking for jungler would be more of a penalty in future patches where they actually buff the jungle gold.
Yep, that's right. So a lot of changes is going to come up in
the right camp.
The right camp.
The white camp.
The white. Oh yeah, the white camp.
The additional of I think how many more camps?
There's one more. Yeah, one additional camp. Once again, another pause going down into this game here. Yeah, I guess that's what happened. And once again, we are back into the game now.
SF5 going aggressively onto the red buff.
Right. So
it's just gonna be a trade, it seems.
Right. Yeah, this is like what you mentioned. So we do have HKA just snooping around SF5's jungle here, but they will be spotted out by this ward that has been placed earlier by A.
Wow, that's a huge amount of ping coming down.
Right, so I'm going to see actually SF5 committing to a level 1 cheese strategy.
They aren't going to pick the cheese. They have been spotted by a ward though. Spear comes in. SF5 is aware that they are aware of their position. Wow, that's a huge tongue twister there.
So this is the third time that we have seen Fresh in the games today. So let's see.
Flavor of the month for sure.
Yeah, flavor of the month, man. And despite the various changes that kicked in for Fresh, I still think that he's a pretty good champion to have in your team just because of the overall kit that you have.
Yeah, well, you can see Thresh is pretty fresh.
No, okay, you can put it in this way as well. Fresh is not Thresh. Thresh is not Thresh.
Yeah, that's true. That works as well. But it seems instead of the trade that we predicted, both of the teams are just gonna go for a very standard jungle opening. Zac, interestingly, is gonna go over to the mid lane instead of Gragas. Gragas gonna hit the top. Probably wanna have that body slam to get out of Jarvan's ganks.
Right, and
virtually impossible to secure a kill onto him.
And some interesting movements coming in from SF5 as well. They have decided to go for that 1-2-1 formation, sending their solo laners into the side lanes and having the bottom duel of Augustus. Is it Augustus? Yeah, Augustus and Egg in the mid lane. The last time I saw this, it was coming in from the Taipei Snipers who
very long ago.
Yeah, it was quite some time ago that we've seen some famous teams that have made it happen is back then known as Moscow Fire, Gambit Gaming, and SF5 as well. So this strategy kind of opens up some options for your team in the sense because you can have your support player roam around.
Yeah, I think it's a very interesting choice because Nidalee in the early game is pretty weak.
That's right.
So if you can zone her out of minion waves and push her to the turret, she might actually have some problem CSing.
That's right. So it's gonna be up to Egg to make the plays here today. So you kind of have, in a sense now, you will have two roamers. One is going to be in the form of Elise being played by Saigon, and the other one is going to be Thresh being played by Egg. So if he makes an early game, good early game play, then he will definitely snowball SF5 ahead.
Yeah, one nice poke coming in from Egg would have the potential to snowball Augustus and probably put Pasa way behind in the game.
Right, so HKA realizing what this potentially could mean for them going far aggressive and going real head on against SF5 here. Actually, we do see Mystic getting camped out by Style Kang here. Will he choose to go in for this?
Style Kang indeed.
Style Kang.
Goni here, gonna get feared. No problem at all. Just gonna pick up his body parts and regenerate back.
Body parts. Yeah. And I like what this bottom lane duo of HKA is doing because, like we said earlier, there's so much potential coming in from this 1-to-1 with the support roaming around as well. So they have to kind of take out that bottom turret as soon as they can. If they are able to do that, then it kind of just negates away this strategy. And actually, we do see Style Kang going in onto Mystic Q right there. So takes a huge chunk of his HP.
Surprisingly, don't commit anymore. I think because Jarvan was spotted there.
Yeah.
Deciding to play it safe and back out. SF5 in the mid lane, happily shoving away. Pasa is not happy.
Yeah, but
yes, only at 14 CS.
Right, but this bottom lane duo of Perhaps and God as well, just putting a lot of pressure onto the sidelines of SF5 there, and rightfully so as well, because the main strength of a Fiddlestick support is you can fear the opponent under their turret and then let your marksman land a few good shots onto the turret. And in that sense, you kind of just, have this overall, this really good sieging potential for the bottom
perhaps
lane.
they're not gonna let... I overexcited. I overexcited that event. He was just stepping on globs. I made it sound like a kill.
Right, so this time around we do see Fi, the jungler for HKA, coming to the aid of Pasa here. And actually we do see Goni jumping onto Perhaps here. Now this time, is it going to be trouble for them? Now Perhaps
Perhaps is definitely going to die.
It's going to be first blood for them.
Oh,
and no, barely. No, actually it was quite far wide.
Yeah, that's actually a good juke there by Engard. If he actually ran straight, he would have been caught. But this is a pro player game. No such thing is going to happen.
Right, so this is the threat that we were talking about, having a support roam around and having Style Kang to move as a dominant force as well. So these two guys, they are going to be creating pressure on the side lanes to make sure that they are able to come in with the advantage when we go into the teamfight phase. Actually, we do see A catching Pasa as well with the death sentence, locking him into place. Now the exhaust gets popped, but Pasa will be able to get out into safety with the flash.
And I think they have to do that more often, because once Nidalee hits level 6, it will be quite a pain to take her down. That Cougar form it's going to be really, really tough to chase with her jumping here, there, and everywhere. And God here, desperate to down the turret. Just 2 more hits to do the trick tree.
Right, but he's taking a lot of damage coming in from Goni here. And Let's Bound gets leveled just in time. Will the barrel be able to save him? No, it doesn't. So Goni picks up a kill for himself.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't use the barrier there. He was definitely going to go down. He does not have his flash up. He does have his flash up. He actually saved his flash.
And Pasa now getting caught out of position, and Style Kang secures a kill. So SF5 looking so solid into this early game, 3-0, but currently they are only sitting at a 500 gold advantage.
Yeah, but you have to understand, looking at the kill-death ratio coming in from HKA, they don't exactly have the best KDA, but despite that, they still are able to win games.
That's right, and that's primarily because the goal discrepancy coming in between Goni and Mystic Q up in the top lane is kind of showing it. And actually, it was thinking about going in for it with the death sentence, and the cocoon landing onto Fi there just stops the aggressive movement from HKA there.
Style points coming in for Style Kang.
Right, so
gonna retreat back to base.
Perhaps.
Perhaps is gonna. Yep, he is gonna. Perhaps I will go back.
Perhaps not.
Perhaps not.
Yeah.
His name just opens up for a world of puns.
Oh gosh. And now it's going to be up to SF5 like you were mentioning earlier. They have to hang on to this early game lead.
Oh no, Perhaps there. He only failed that because his name wasn't Perhaps.
So this time, HK in a bit of trouble 8 minutes in. They are down by about 1,000 gold, so they probably want to start re-looking at some of these strategies here, but nevertheless, they do have that 1 turret advantage, so it's not too detrimental on their side.
Yeah, Corky did pay for his life for that.
Right, I'm looking at Pasa's movement now. Is he going to try to take away that
we might see that. Gragas doing... that was a close one. TQ was waiting for the final hit.
Yeah, I think he kind of just smelled that Cougar a mile away.
Yeah.
Cougar alert.
Cougars love to drink. And Gragas is a beer smeller. That's a
Nice try, dude.
nice try.
So TQ now in a whole world of trouble as Fi drops the Cataclysm and Mystic just secures the kill with that final take of Ignite there. So, you know, that blue buff just quickly being transferred over to HKA there.
Tower here not being very happy. Oh, no, they are just going to proxy this a little bit and probably continue their siege onto the top lane, but in exchange, we do see a 3-man rotation of HKA going into the mid lane.
Right, so I like their decision here.
Whoa, that's fear.
Yeah, so they took out the bottom turret real quickly. So in order to negate this 1-2-1 strategy, and the flash hook comes around, not really hitting anyone just of yet. So
yeah, and got Valkyrie.
Yeah, quickly predicting the movements of 8 there, dodging out the death sentence.
Yeah, but looking at the composition, HK is going for a very poke composition kind of build. You can just see Nidalee and the Corki constantly spamming their far range stuff.
Goni now going in with the slingshot, but instantly terrified to keep him out of place, and Egg taking a whole chunk of damage from the Javelin toss. Will Pasa be able to follow up onto that?
Yeah.
Once again, one more Javelin toss, and that's the danger of having that Nidalee mid lane with that high amount of HP, and you know, having that British Codex completed already, so extra cooldown, extra AP, and you know, no fear of having no mana at all because of blue buff.
Perhaps has tons. Oh, there we go. The Snaggles down. And God here is gonna take a lot of damage. Goni is in quite a risky position. And God here trying to get away. Nope, does not escape. Does not have his flash down.
And perhaps with the Crow Storm onto Goni here, will they be able to secure that one kill onto...
the pain train comes in. Augustine and Style Kang is gonna...
Oh,
what a spear coming in.
What a prediction coming in from Pasa here. Excellent timing as well. Just catching that last position of Goni there.
Ow. Oh, yeah, there we go. The spiders being the good self-sacrificers there. Gonna tank.
Yeah, just gonna soak it up for their
mama.
Yeah, mother spider.
Mama is proud of me.
The spider queen here.
Yeah,
so
she's gonna run away now.
Right. So SF5, even though they did
what
lose,
is she whacking?
I don't know, man. It must be the spectator bug.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, we have seen that a couple of times before. You know, where the blue buff just appears out of thin air.
and the invisible dragon. That too must not forget that one.
Oh, the death sentence.
Onto a minion, definitely looking to damage the minion a little bit.
Right, so you have to give props to HKA here. So even though they are 3 kills behind, but you know, having that turret advantage just, you know, keep themselves level in this game. So it's only, you know, 400 gold apart for both teams now. 11 minutes in, so it could still swing anyone's way.
Yep, Mystic gonna just shove out the top lane. And talking about HK, as pointing out my previous point, they don't exactly have the best KDA, but their map control is very, very solid.
Right, it's more like they are just interested in the structures and the dragons and the barons as well, but they don't really want to kill people. They are a peace-loving bunch of people. They don't want to kill people. They just want to focus on the game.
They are peace-loving people who loves to destroy buildings. And there we go, push onto the mid lane. They will be looking to destroy yet another building here. That turret is not looking happy.
It does look like, well, they actually, yeah, they do secure that last finishing hit, and Mystic Q now. Yeah, Mystic Q actually.
Yeah, don't want to fight the Shyvana. Her dueling capabilities are just so strong.
Right, and you know, she already has that Bilgewater Cutlass completed. So, and having that 50 CS goal lead over Goni as well. Well, that's primarily because of the fact that Goni has been roaming around the map quite a bit, showing his presence, securing the kills, but you know, leaving Mr. Q to just you know, farm by himself and having this goal, hogging that goal to himself.
Yep. Oh, we might see a contest here. Egg deciding to back off. Style Kang as well.
I like the way you pronounce his name, Style Kang.
It's kind of like a reminiscence of Dynasty Warrior. Jubeleon. Jubeleon.
Right, so we are going into a replay. For those who missed it, this is probably the spear of the match, man.
Yeah, it's like Augustus. What an evil guy. Not gonna block the spear for him.
Yeah, so because of that, Goni paid for his life there. Now SF5, they are looking to, you know, once again pull their goal lead ahead as they take out their dragon. So right now, still only small 200, so 300 gold being set aside for both teams.
I think Mystic Q might actually be conventionally an Ezreal player.
But what makes you think so, man?
Mystic, and it's a Q. Mystic shot is on Q.
Oh gosh.
That wasn't meant to be a joke, by the way. That was just an observation.
Right, so, you know, at the same time that you're making the joke, Mr. Q actually, you know, just stole away that blue buff away from SF5 there, so...
Good stuff, good stuff.
Right, so once again, we are not going to have that blue buff go over to TQ there with Flame Dragons. And, you know, that's the thing about this mana-dependent and cooldown-dependent champions. If you are able to take that also important blue buff away from them, you kind of cripple their maximum potential.
Yep. Definitely, blue buff is what makes AP carry so scary that I think pretty much infinite mana, along with the 20% cooldown reduction, is just huge for our carries, man.
That's right, so this look like HKA, even though they are behind on kills, still, it will look like they will have this commanding lead over SF5 at this point of time, just because of that amount of gold difference coming in from Mr. Q and Goni at this point of time.
But the current commanding lead that they have is a negative 100 gold difference.
Commanding lead in the sense that, you know, they could, if they choose to go in for the you know, the right calls, then they can.
But I think overall, you are right. HK does have the strength in the late game. Oh, there we go.
There we go. With that flash,
SF,
I think.
Yeah, as I was talking about late game, SF5 here looking to secure their early game lead.
That's right. So style Kang, not too much of a.
Not too stylish.
Yeah, not too stylish.
No style points for that one.
Yeah, so going in with the flash, but the cocoon didn't actually land on anyone yet. So, okay, the reason why I say HKA is kind of in the lead now is primarily because they have the turret advantage in that sense. And at this point of time, it's quite difficult for Goni to fend off this constant pushing aggression coming in from Mythic Q here.
Oh, we can see Thresh in a very compromising position. Gonna join up with his green brother.
His green brother?
Yeah.
So this time around, we do see HK, and you know, having that early oracles as well, and having that turret advantage just means that they can go in further ahead to make more aggressive plays. Right, so
Goni gonna once again lose his body parts.
So if the blobs is his body parts, then you know, when the opponent steps onto it, so what do you call it? Slowly.
Now, I wanted to say Fiddlestick's feet is very sticky right now because he has stepped on countless number of globs already.
Right, and you know, it just makes us wonder if when the opposing team steps on the blob, why don't they get stuck to the blob and get stuck on the ground?
There should be a 10% slow every time you step on this blob.
We have certainly made a lot of suggestions here today, but I don't know, just our 2 cents worth, you know.
I think it's more than 2 cents if Riot Games can make money off of this. This is
So right now, SF5 still getting constantly harassed and getting shot against.
Oh, there we go. Aggression coming in from Goni, dealing exactly 0 damage to the Shyvana in that trade.
Right. That's primarily because, you know, having that Blade of the Roaring King completed already.
Yep.
So he will be able to regen up his missing health as soon as he can.
Every time Zac does his elastic slingshot and just stays there, it's kind of like a Mexican standoff.
Oh, Mexican standoff?
Yeah, come at me, bro. No, come at me, bro. No.
It's more like every time he fires off that stretching shot, I don't know, man, it just looks so... I kind of just smile a little bit because of how cute he is. The stretching shot.
Oh, there we go. Mystic Q is not gonna.
Yeah, speaking of stretching shots,
anything.
Speaking of stretching shots, that didn't really quite hit the mark.
Yeah.
So Angor now alone by himself down at this block. They're not too concerned, and that's primarily because, like we were mentioning earlier, that you know, having that turret and having that vision advantage will just allow HKA to kind of just move around the map more efficiently.
Because if Fiddlesticks has done a decent job of warding, quite a not real. Oh, there we go. Quite a good ward coverage there coming in on the bottom side, and that is why God is so confident in actually pushing it out all the way into the enemy second tier turret.
Right, so we do see HKA now slowly, you know, building that goal lead for themselves. So right now it is dead even. 18 minutes, 30 seconds in.
Did just turn 100 goals QQ at the top lane, gonna get poked by Mystic Q. He does have quite a lot of magic resist. Gragas does not have too many items yet, but Mystic Q here gonna get aggressed upon.
Oh, that explosive
Oh,
what a use of that Dragon Form to dodge away from the slingshot. But Mystic Q finds himself in a lot of trouble. Fight is backing him out onto this one. Will Goni secure the last kill? And no, Cataclysm just stops Goni in his tracks. Now Stalcom joins in with the fray with the grapple, and the cocoon doesn't land. It does look like Fight will be able to escape out of that one.
Wow, what great map awareness there coming in from the Elise, dodging the spear.
Oh, perhaps now getting caught out by Egg there, but with that quick flashes moving out of that one, but Stalkang locks him in place with the cocoon, so you know they trade that blue buff for a kill.
Yeah, still, this trade doesn't really spell too much for the game because there's only a support who got taken out, and blue won't exactly do much this phase unless HK decides to push where the poke comp with the blue buff can finally do its work.
Right, so I like what HKA is doing particularly in this match. Constantly denying that away from, constantly denying the blue buff away from the AP carry of SF5 here. Yep. So HKA now need to go for the dragon, and no, the rebel not.
Sao Kang is not willing to go into that one. Augustus taking a ton of damage from that spear.
And once again, another Nidalee spear pain gonna be put out from Pasa here, as he has already completed that death cap.
Yeah, you referred Nidalee spear to getting punched in the crotch.
Not only punched on the crotch, man. It's a progressive movement. You know, at the start it's probably like a slap to your face, and then as he builds up more items, then it becomes more painful. And speaking about pain, Mystic Q getting caught out by 3 members of SF5 here. It's gonna be a world of hurt for him, but he's still pretty much tanky as he takes all the members of SF5 on.
Oh, that was a close one, but I would say that's a very bad use of Dragon's Form there.
Right, you have to give him, but at the same time you have to give him some effort points though. He did take out the 3 members that, you know, that was constantly chasing onto him to about half health.
And giving HK the opportunity to down the mid lane because of that. So overall, interesting move there.
Hashtag all worth.
Yeah, hashtag worth. It's only worth if you say it's worth.
Yeah. Hashtag dragon swag, man.
Oh, enough with this teen lameness. We are but men.
So this time around, we do see...
No,
not too much. Yeah, so I was saying Nidalee spears, they are progressively painful. So, you know, at the start, it's probably like a slap to your face, but, you know, as he builds up, as Nidalee builds up more items, then, you know, it gets more and more painful. So, at the start, it's probably like a punch to your crotch. And after that, it's gonna be...
it starts off with a punch to your crotch.
Yeah, punch to your crotch. Then as you finish up more AP items, then it's
like,
a
twist to your crotch.
No, having a high heel shoe just kick into, you know, that sensitive area.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt so much, man. High heels, man. Oh gosh. And actually, taking some damage onto Garena. I don't know, man. I think some of the viewers might start to feel the pain now.
Yeah, it's gonna be painful in a little bit. Mystic Q gonna pull off some mystical stuff here. Get auto attack.
Oh, the cocoon landing onto Mystic Q. The death sentence not quite following up onto that one, but this time around, Mystic Q will, he will be finished off by Stalkang there.
Oh, but they might trade us off for a bottom lane turret here. A lot of... the minion wave is building up at the bottom side. Pasa.
And Goni now jumping onto... what a great flag spear combo, just keeping Goni into place. And the flash just, you know, comes right back into time for him to flash out of the explosive pass. And like you were mentioning, God, and perhaps now shoving really strongly onto this bottom lane turret and eventually taking that down for themselves.
They don't exactly have that good ward coverage. Now they do. After the 2 wards is planted down by Fiddlesticks, they are going to retreat away from this. But I do think that SF5 does have a chance of catching up.
Right, they do have that 5 kill lead for themselves. So individually, as the different players, they do have that goal advantage. But they are losing these global objectives very, very quickly. They have to do something about that.
Pasa here, once again going to recall back to base.
Right, maybe, you know, just adding on more metal studs to that already painful high heal.
Oh man, the stud just turned into a staff, man.
Oh gosh. So let's wait and see. Okay, let's wait and see how much damage that javelin toss is just gonna.
Let's just see her AP right now.
Yeah, if you look at it right now, it's No,
400 and the spear does. No, we can't see it yet until she changes out, which won't be soon. She will be in cat form all the way until she reaches the destination.
Right. Well, it makes it more fun. Now it's a wildcard factor. You will only see the damage when it hits on SF5. And now SF5, just looking around, trying to actually maintain control out of this one, but you can HKA, knowing that they do have that map presence advantage, taking out the blue buff for themselves, and then making sure that they do have that superior ward coverage, as perhaps looks to take some of that out for himself.
Yeah, superior indeed. Perhaps has the Oracle Elixir there, gonna walk around and kill them wards.
Right, but you do have to give some effort points to SF5 now. They do have that, this sea of wards actually covering in their perspective. So
it's the Milky Way of wards.
Milky Way of wards.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a Milky Way.
Right, so we do have both teams now kind of hovering around the same area. So will we see the first 5v5 break out in this mid lane?
It seems the potential for that, which you say, to come true in a very little bit. Both, you can see the Green brothers camping around the side. We do see Mystic Q getting caught out. Jarvan gonna go in, but wow.
The Crow Storm actually gets used, but is that the right choice now? Goni getting caught out with that fear there. Explosive cast knocking HKA back. Now Mystic just manning up and going in with that Dragon Form. And the Flag Spear combo landing onto two members of SF5 there. And a great Cataclysm locking people into place. And now Goni will secure the kill onto will help secure the kill onto Fi there, and this time around, Augustus just goes down to the flame breaths of the dragon there.
And got here, gonna follow up with the chase. Perhaps it's gonna flash over, throw down the fear, and that is definitely Humpty Dumpty for you there.
Humpty Dumpty, he just fell into pieces.
Yeah.
And
literally.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, Thresh breaks up into a million pieces when he dies.
So it looks like HKA now, having the advantage in that skirmish over there, coming ahead with that 3-2 exchange, but in the sense they also take away the red buff. So, SF5 now, even though they're still hanging on to that kill advantage, slowly losing out to HKA's overall power.
Yeah, I can see most of the gold deficit actually comes from the 2 turrets that they lost. The value is almost exactly the same as the 2 turrets.
Right, I want to point to this man here, Mr. Q. 238 CS, having almost 100 CS advantage over his counterpart Goni. And having those items completed already, the Blade of the Ring King, the Spirit Versace as well, so he will be the one making the advances.
And he is so tanky. In the previous team fight, if you actually notice, he was fighting 1v4 and he took the Elise down to almost no health at all, leaving Jarvan the finishing hits.
Right, so we do see SF5 now. And wow, what a great explosive cast landing onto Pasa there. So all that high heal damage not gonna quite land.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to run with high heals there.
Well, in a sense. No, we might actually confuse some of the viewers there. Now that we refer to Nidalee as high heals,
I see what you did there.
Right, so SF5 now making full use. They have to make, they have to make progress of that one kill that they secured over Pasa there.
Yeah, and to be honest, I would say SF5 is doing a decent job. Actually, a very good job of playing in this game.
So, who needs bans, man? We can just go in for this. Yeah. And now Goni jumping into the fray, but gets terrified immediately. Now, it does look like Goni will survive with that Dark Passage. So pulling that back, they will choose to disengage out of this one.
Yep, and they are gonna back up. Mystic Q gonna throw down some pseudo Mystic shots.
That Death Sentence latching onto Mystic Q, but it looks like SF5 said, hey, dude, why do you want to go in? It's not the right time, dude.
Can you think of a champion that is most like Iron Man?
What? Iron Man?
Yeah.
Okay, I got this one. Full Metal Jace. Full Metal Jace.
Do you think if Goni played Full Metal Jace, we could give him a new nickname?
I'm trying to, I don't know, it might be something bad going on. Speaking about something bad, SF5 just got deleted off the map by the combination of perhaps an Engord there, putting a ton of damage. And it does look like HKA will be starting work onto Baron now.
Baron is gone. Oh, there we go. They did disengage from the Baron to go onto the re-engage. Goni is so tanky. He is just standing in the backline, terrorizing the Corki.
Right, but Goni at the same time just finishing off the job there. Now Engord securing the kill onto Stalkang there. But will he change chase onto Goni, it does look like they will be happy with the exchange. So it's going to be up to fight it.
Oh, what is this? Asi, there is a ward on the verge, and he will get engaged upon. Goni will be squished here, for sure.
I was not too sure what that slingshot was about. It didn't really put him into a good position, but nice points, brownie points for effort.
Yeah, but I do think that that delay doesn't really help much. They are going to go for Baron now. And I think
there we go, the invisible Baron.
Baron is a flag from Jarvan here.
Right, it looks like, Baron has been taking lessons from E, or either that or Twitch, just stealthing up.
Oh, nice spear there coming in from Pasa.
Yeah, we can't see the help of Baron Nashor there, but nevertheless, HKA takes Baron Nashor uncontested.
Easy peasy.
Right, so despite all this action going on between both teams, it's still relatively equal in terms of goal count. So HKA now finally kind of stretching that goal lead to 2K with that Baron Nashor buff under their belt.
Yeah, Baron gives about 2K, so that's the goal advantage that is coming in from HKA. But to be honest, this game is very, very equal.
Yeah.
Not too much of a lead being pulled out by either team. 30 minutes of the game and we still don't have a definitive winner.
That's right, so it's going to be up to HKA to capitalize on this Baron buff that they have right now.
Oh, we can see that SF5 is determined to take this blue buff away.
Nope.
But Fiddles does have the Oracle Elixir, so that might be a little bit of a challenge.
Right, so this time around we do see HKA slowly regrouping, trying to make sure that they keep the lanes shoved up before making the next decision, and which is by all means the right decision. You don't want to have those side lanes pressuring yourself, pressuring your own base while you want to go for an important decision.
Yeah, the worst case scenario to have is you are pushing down mid lane. Both your other lanes are getting pushed into your base.
Yeah, then you'll start sighing and start to regret, why didn't I push out that side lane?
Yeah, and all you can, there we can see the top lane is slowly getting pushed in favor of SF5. I think HK will look to swing over to that in just a bit. They are still going to stick around the mid lane. They do have the Baron buff, so they might be looking to capitalize on it.
Right, so TQ, I think this is the first time, if I'm not wrong, no, second time that he kind of just secured his blue buff.
Yep.
So also important for him. And actually he is, quite strong in his own regard as well. Oh, and the flash depth sensor not landing. And that one javelin toss just puts him to a half health. SF5 will disengage from there.
I do really hope Goni plays Jace though.
Why?
The full metal.
Yeah. What's your Iron Man joke?
Goni Stark.
Goni Stark. Goni Stark, man. Okay, you know why I say Full Metal Jace is
it kind of looks like Iron Man.
Okay, you know why I say Full Metal Jace is
why?
Like Iron Man. If you look at it, Full Metal Jace is Iron Man, and is it Demona Jace is Tony Stark.
Oh,
look at his attire, dude. Do you feel enlightened now, Darren?
Yes.
Right. So back into this game now.
All the pop culture reference coming in from League of Legends.
So HKA, putting all this pressure onto SF5 now, and rightfully so as well. They have to start making full use of their Baron advantage.
Oh, a lot of wards. Is the ward wars coming in for both teams? Thresh against Fiddlesticks. Goni is gonna jump in, stretching strike.
Oh no, just bouncing on the spot, man. Why not?
Oh, elastic slingshot. My bad.
Yeah,
misnaming of spells there, but it seems HK is having a little bit of a difficulty pushing in. They do have a Gragas and an Elise to clear out the waves very, very quickly. You can see one casket is enough to clear almost the entire wave. Yeah, and there you go, the entire wave is gone.
Right, so both teams actually playing it rather safely. They don't want to overcommit to the skirmisher, but I would say if they go into a full team fight, I'll give some advantage over to Ucan HKA.
Yeah. And the thing about it, I would want to say is the team fight potential is actually in favor of SF5 because HK is mostly a poke composition. They do have the Nidalee and the Corki, so the longer they have withering the opponents down, the better chance they have at winning the team fight.
Right, but HK.
Wow, there you go. Spears, spears, bombs, and more spears coming in.
And
wow, look at that damage.
High heel to the crotch, man.
Caitlyn has an interesting crotch.
And now 8 going in with the death sentence and the box as well as the electrons wanting to lock him down. And they do take out Pasa in the process. Will perhaps go down. He does go down, and now it's the only member left is Angor. It does look like SF5 will go for the ace here. Will they go march down into the mid lane? It does look like they have all the time to do so. 30 seconds to the nearest respawn timer. It is their chance to go for an objective now.
And while the team push, we might want to see a replay reel of the previous team fight.
Right, we will wait for the replay to... Hopefully we do see a replay of what happened. And, you know, great team fight coming in from SF5. So you kind of called it in a sense that they go for the team fight and then they came up with it.
Yep.
And this is their time to pick up the right now.
But I'm surprised. The thing is, SF5 got poked down a lot.
Yeah.
But despite that, they still were able to win. That just comes to show that SF5 has cleaned up their team fight ability, and they will be rewarded an inhibitor for that. They aren't going to take it out.
Oh, a little derpy
yeah.
moment for them there. So Stalkong with the finishing touches with style
to
the mid lane. So with that, you know, everything is kind of back to square one again. You know, both teams having their mid inhibitor down.
Square one plus one for SF5 because they do have the inhibitor and HK does not.
Yes.
Here we are into the team fight.
There we go.
Yep.
So
you can see HK here pushing. They are taking a lot of damage coming in. Mr. Q is very, very low when the team fights that pass out here. This is the crux of the battle. He got caught out, burst down instantly. No damage coming in. All he had to do was flash, but that did not save his life. Fi was one man fighting 4 people, but even tanky Jarvan could not handle that. Perhaps, despite being a support, does not have any damage. He can't pull out the damage that Nidalee is able to pull off. Mr. Q using his ultimate a little bit too late. Gonna get CC'd until he gets destroyed. And God, interestingly, despite seeing all his teammates going down, is going to fly in. So overall, a very, very bad play there coming in from HKA. Especially Angod. I'm surprised he actually went back in. If he did survive that, he might be able to turtle out the push coming in.
I guess in a sense they didn't really respond fast enough to what happened to Pasa.
Yeah.
Because if they were able to do that, then the fight could have went differently.
Yeah, he wouldn't take so much damage.
Yeah, and the thing about SF5 is that Goldie has reached a stage where he's pretty much quite tanky, and because that he was able to stay in the fight long enough to disrupt the entire lines of HKA there. And because of that, TQ was not you know, in a position where he needs to peel for Augustus there. So he could, TQ was not in the position where he needed to go into the fight, so he could just peel for Augustus. And because of that, he was able to take out 5, was, you know, just sticking onto Augustus. And yeah, because of that, SF5 came up ahead.
Yeah, just letting the ADC deal all the damage that he needs to. He does have the Last Whisper, Bloodthirsters, and Phantom Dances already, so that's a lot of damage coming in from the ADC. And all they need to do is keep the Caitlyn alive while Zac stands in the backline and just blocks off all the damage coming in from God.
Right, that's right. And you know, it does look like Augustus has the Quicksilver Sash completed as well, so he will be able to kind of
I think
negate away the Terrify. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the fear is... I think it's unnecessary because I think by the time Fiddles actually reaches Caitlyn, he would have died already.
Right, never underestimate the fear though, it could change games.
Yeah, true.
So I guess that's an insurance, you know, a safety buy, you want to call it.
Yep, everyone loves their insurance. And they are going to take...
Stalkong actually taking a lot of damage. It is the Q for Mr. Q to go into that. But A actually locking everyone into place with the box. Goldie now taking a ton of damage. He does go down and he does get chased into that wall. Now Augustus in a wall of trouble. And God now chasing onto Augustus and with 5 finishing off there. So this time around it's going to be HK that comes up on top of this one. 3-1. It does look like Pasa would want to chase onto TQ there. The Javelin not quite landing though, so they continue to go for the chase there. Now Mr. Q joining Pasa as well. And that Javelin just accurately predicting where TQ was going. And there was one more kill secured for him, so...
What a spear from Nidalee, and they are going to go for the Baron in exchange for that. Wonderful, wonderful team fight.
Look at the super minions, man. That's chasing off the Angod there. No worries, Master, I will do it for you.
Yep. I shall prevent Baron.
So this time around, the Baron is not in stealth mode. But nevertheless, one more uncontested Baron for HKA here.
Easy mode kill for HKA. They once again do have the Baron advantage. But don't forget, the previous team fight, they had the Baron as well, and they still lost it.
Right, it could be just, a blunder moment.
Yeah, I think they kind of screwed up that team fight. They didn't really put in their best efforts.
Yeah,
the engage was really messy. Shyvana didn't combo her engagement together with the Jarvan, and they didn't exactly have the front line needed to give the Corki time to burn down the Zac.
Okay, so it's going to be up to SF5 to replicate what they did in the mid lane earlier. Should they be able to catch out key members, vital members like Pasa, in the dev sentence, or even like a Cocoon, then they will be able to follow up onto that.
Yep.
Alright, so this time around, it's going to be quite difficult to catch out Angle now, given the sense that he has that Banshee's Wheel being completed. So, they have to kind of burn their pick crowd control abilities like the dev sentence or the Cocoon to, just kind of pop that shield.
Yeah, definitely. They need to destroy that. Banshee's Veil is quite an annoying thing to deal with, especially when Corki is constantly in the backline dealing so much damage. And the thing is, now Goni can't lock him down.
That's right. So this time, will we see a repeat of what happened a couple of minutes ago? Or will HKA learn their lesson and actually come up ahead of this?
Yeah, I actually think this time around HKA will come out ahead.
So
just the instincts telling me that, because they don't have the turret now. And spears will very, very easily rain down onto them.
So we do have to see what is SF5's response to this. It does look like, they are just...
Oh, there you go, the shield is down.
Right, but Mr. Q still not too concerned, being that tanky frontliner for them. And the explosive cast comes in onto that one. A quick burst of damage onto perhaps there, but the Terrify just keeps him alive off that one. Mr. Q now getting zoned out there, and Fi now jumping into the frame with the Flex Split combo, but it is at this point of time Ucan making full use of that Baron buff advantage.
And Fiddlesticks actually survived that. I have no idea how, but he managed to survive that entire onslaught.
Right, he was so close to going down, but the Terrify just slaved him in the nick of time. And Goni just, he went in, deep into enemy territory there, but the team wasn't able to follow up. Yeah.
Seems like Ucan is just going to tank this turret up. Whether it's the right choice, I'm still not too sure, because 4 members of SF5 is still up. It might actually be the right choice here.
Oh, there we go.
They can actually rotate to the team fight. It's a 5v4 here. Zac is not in the fight, so that's one tank down. Augustus will get blown up very, very quickly. All the jumps onto her, makes her no way to escape. That 2Q here is now the second target of the eyes of Mystic Q and Fi, as they easily take down the Gragas. 2 carries down for the side of SF5. This is really looking grim.
Okay, so it all started when, perhaps kind of made a small misplay. He was in a position where he got caught out by Augustus easily, but good, call coming in from HP to just stick onto Augustus and take out the kill from him. And right now, perhaps this is the last defense for SF5 here, as we do see Goni going all in onto this 4 members of HKA now, but he will go down to Pasa in the process. Angot still pretty much alive. He will take, not yet, not just of yet, taking out Sarkang. But will he?
Oh, Sao Kang's regeneration is just going to keep him out. Angot is a tank this game. Look at the amount of damage he took. Almost nothing.
Right, but it's not going to matter anymore, as Ucan HKA stays undefeated in the Garena Premier League Group B stage as they take out SF5 in this matchup.
Yeah, this was a fantastic game coming in from both teams.
Right, I have to say, I am really impressed with what SF5 put up today. They only had 1 ban going into this game. They had a fantastic early game, fantastic mid game as well. They really gave HKA a run for their money.
Yeah, definitely. SF5 putting in some work this game.
Yeah, that's right. And not only that, the interesting thing to think about this game was that SF5 was the active hunters in the game. They just keep going in for kills after kills, but HKA, they just maintain their composure. They just demolished buildings after buildings.
Yeah, and they stuck to their team count of the poke composition, only waiting for Pasa to land a spear on a target until his low health before going in.
Right.
So that's great composure coming there from HKA. And and on top of that, they managed to secure 2 Barons in a row.
The 2 Barons really just gave them all the goal advantages and the items that they need to, just roll over the game.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so